Okay. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the next episode of New Earth TV Live. So, great to see you all here once again. And we're going to have another great episode of New Earth TV Live today. We're going to do a mass group meditation, kind of what I call a multi-country healing meditation. So if you guys have requests on a few countries that we can send love energy to, you can put that on the chat, and we'll just kind of go through the meditation and send love to it. I think we're probably just going to do maybe about 5 or 6 countries. Then we're going to end by just doing a large love energy healing meditation on the entire earth. Okay, so that will be coming up here in just a few minutes. So again, just feel free to place your requests of what country you would like to have us focus on today. Okay, and I'll just go through the chat and we'll get through it that way. So first and foremost, we're going to go ahead and start off with some announcements.
The world's first spiritual rejuvenation technology in the form of modern everyday items has arrived through AetherX. AetherX offers transcendental healing products that work to detoxify, replenish, and restore you on a physical, emotional, and mental level. The Etherbed Kit takes the form of a powerful rejuvenation technology that utilizes your own life force energy to restore organs, glands, bodily systems, the energy system, and replenish emotional and mental well-being. The AetherX card decks, the healing code cards, eliminate and detoxify physical, emotional, and mental conflicts within the body. 44 beautifully designed geometrical cards specifically designed to work on the major areas of the body, encouraging natural recovery and increased vitality. The healing code cards come in 3 different themes: the body, mind, and energy decks, each with their own specific design to renew and rejuvenate the body. AetherX apparel and accessories that offer comfortable attire and beautiful geometrical and image designs to detoxify, strengthen, and rejuvenate the body. Download our collection of free sample images and cards from our website so that you can witness the benefits of AetherX spiritual technology for yourself. Visit our website now at atherx.co and begin your rejuvenation journey with us.
And of course, I basically talked on this topic yesterday, so I'm not going to go too much into it today. You guys are just kind of take a glance at the image here and all of the information. So good news is I'm actually getting a brand new store platform going for AetherX. I was putting the store platform on WordPress, and it's been quite unstable. And it hasn't been able to accept PayPal requests too well, even though everything looks fine on the back end. So I'm putting together a new Wix store platform. It should be up tonight. So again, if you guys are looking to buy the Etherbed kit through PayPal, I would say check by this evening. Okay, so probably right now it's 11 a.m. Pacific, so I should probably have it ready by about 7 p.m. Pacific time tomorrow. So probably in the next 8 hours. Next 8 hours, I should have the Wix store platform ready on AetherX that will contain the Etherbed kits, the healing code cards, the physical deck, the digital edition, and the expansion packs as well too. So all of that will be ready this evening on the brand new Wix platform, which is a heck of a lot better than the unstable WordPress. I thought I had to use WordPress. I thought it would be an okay system, but it's not so great. So I'm going to basically cancel that out and put it on the new platform. So my apologies for everybody who's been trying to purchase the Etherbed kit through PayPal. That will be available this evening with the new Wix store platform coming. So again, Etherbed kit here right now, and again, you can find out more information at atherx.co. If you're not using PayPal, you can still go ahead and grab it. Our website is also atherxstore.com, but of course, if you just go to atherx.co, that links directly to the store page. Okay, and moving on. Private sessions, distance healing requests, 1-to-1 private sessions, 3-question private sessions by email. I'm going back into my sessions starting next week. So if you guys are interested in booking a private session with me, you can do so, or a 3-question email session. Or right now, I'm also doing some distance healing requests by donation. So those are available. Tarot readings, higher self-communication through the sessions, private sessions, and 3 questions. Website is newearthteachings.com. And of course, everything on the YouTube channel here is backed up onto Odyssey. So you can go into the video description and you'll see the link odyssey.com/@newearth-teachings, and you can feel free to follow along in the backup channel if you like. Okay. So everybody, we're gonna go ahead and get started with the mass meditation. All right. So again, I just asked if people have requests for certain countries that we can look into. Okay. So not continents, guys, just countries, right? So not Europe or Asia or Africa, right? Countries, right? So we're just looking at certain countries. We're gonna do about 5 or 6 of them, and then we're gonna focus on the entire Earth after that. All right. So I'll be getting into your country request here in just a minute. So first and foremost, we're just going to go ahead and get ourselves nice and relaxed, nice and comfortable, making sure the body is free of any tension, keeping the spine nice and straight. If you want to sit down or if you want to lay down, that's fine. Okay. So if you want to lay down on your couch, if you want to lay down on your bed, you can do that. That's not a problem. And again, if you want to sit in a chair or sit cross-legged on the floor, that's good too. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to start off with some heart rate variability breathing. Now, it may be a little bit more difficult for you to do HRV if you're laying down. So what I would suggest first is just sitting down or being cross-legged while we do heart rate variability first. And then afterwards, if you want to lay down, you can lay down. All right. So spine nice and erect, closing your eyes. We're going to take 4 seconds of breath into the nose, 6 seconds of breath out the nose. We're going to do that a total of 10 times. Okay, so let's begin. Breathing in, 1, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Last one, and in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and relax. And now if you feel like you want to get comfortable and lay down on a bed or a couch, you can certainly do that. And just letting yourself relax. And now I just want you to feel the entire body. I want you just to be aware of how your body feels in this moment. Start down at the bottom of the feet and just work your way up, moving past the ankles, going up past the shins, going up past the knees, going up past the quadriceps, the thighs, going up past the hips, going all the way up the back, all the way up the abdomen, all the way up the chest, the fingers, the hands, the arms, the shoulders, the neck, the face, top of the head. And just be aware of your whole body now. And I want you just to feel like you are projecting your consciousness, just projecting your awareness as if you are floating in the air, floating high above the sky. And you are able to see the entire earth. In fact, you can be at any area of the earth just through a thought. So looking at the earth from a very high sky view, you can see the entire land masses, you can see the entire ocean. Everything looks magnificent. Everything looks so beautiful. What I want you to do is, as you feel you're projecting your awareness here, looking down at the earth, I want you just to take your astral hands and you're just placing them upon your heart. So just feel your hands being placed upon your heart. And I want you to feel your heart opening up like a blossoming flower. As it opens up, feeling all of that light from the heart coming out of that blossoming flower energy. And just feel your entire body now radiating with this pure heart light. It's filling the chest, it's filling the abdomen, it's filling your arms, it's filling your hands, your legs, your head. Everywhere is now being engulfed with this pure divine love energy. So now as we have the love energy running, we're going to build up its potency. And so I want you to think of a very, very happy thought. I want you to give yourself a really wonderful feeling. It can be absolutely anything. It can be a dream of yours. It could be something that happened to you recently that you really, really loved. It could be someone dear to you in your life. It could be a situation that you would love to encounter. Whatever it may be, that's just bringing about a great deal of loving energy to you as soon as you think about this, as soon as you feel it. I want you just to bring that into yourself right now. Just feel that feeling, feel that love, feel that thought, and let it just surge through the body. Something wonderful, something joyful, something happy, something loving, something pure. As you think of that thought, you feel the energy getting thicker. You feel the potency of the energy getting thicker and stronger. You can feel that love energy now starting to move into your aura. And you can feel the magnetic fields of your aura rotating. Your energetic field is rotating on a counterclockwise rotation. And as it's rotating, it's like a stirring. That energy is getting stirred up. It's getting thicker because you're bringing this love energy into your love energy. You're bringing the happiness, the joy, the compassion, the excitement of yourself into this love energy, and it's getting thick, like a very thick soup. So your energy is no longer thin, it is now thick. And now that you have thickened your energy, we're going to bring our awareness to certain countries of the planet. And when I say a country, I want you just to feel yourself going there. Even if you don't know where that country is on the planet, just trust your heart. Let your heart take you to that particular country. Okay? The first country that we're going to work with will be Australia. Okay? So I want you now just to bring your awareness to the land of Australia. We're also going to include New Zealand in here. So Australia and New Zealand. Okay? Two of them are going to be brought into your awareness. And all we're going to do is we're just going to give 1 minute of focus on sending our love energy to Australia and to New Zealand. So all I want you to do is I want you just to hold your hands out, what I call transmission posture. And I want you to just to feel all of that love energy just radiating out through the hands and like it's vibrating Australia. Okay? So the power that you have here through your projected consciousness is that as you're projecting that power out just with the intention to do so, you are seeing for yourself the land of Australia vibrating at a very high, loving vibrational rate. Okay? So it's like you're seeing light cover the entire land. As you see that light covering the entire land, it's just vibrating. It's vibrating at a very powerful, resonant, loving factor level. Okay? So you're just putting all of that light into the country. You're feeling it vibrating with pure light. So let's do that now for Australia and the island of New Zealand. Okay? And we're going to do that now for a total of 1 minute time. So holding your hands out, engulfing Australia and New Zealand with this pure light. And we will do this now for 1 minute, beginning now. Okay, and taking a deep breath in, deep breath out. Taking a moment to center yourself. Okay, the next country we're going to move over to is South Africa. Okay, so we're just going to move over to South Africa right now, projecting our consciousness over to South Africa. Okay, so exact same thing as you see South Africa, as you're high above the earth, as you're looking down upon South Africa, putting your hands in transmission posture, and just sending that light, engulfing South Africa with that light. Okay, feeling it vibrating at a very high, loving vibratory level. Okay, so we're going to take 1 minute now and sending that love to South Africa. Here we go. Okay, so deep breath in, deep breath out, bringing yourself back to center. The next country we're going to focus on is Afghanistan. Okay, so I just want you to bring your awareness now over to Afghanistan. And you're just, again, focusing your energy upon Afghanistan right now, placing your hands in transmission posture, feeling that light radiating out from the hands, and just feeling that high vibratory rate of light energy engulfing the entirety of Afghanistan. So everybody is being affected. All life upon that country is being greatly affected by the love energy that you are sending out right now. So we'll take 1 minute now to send this to Afghanistan. Let's begin. Okay, so deep breath in, deep breath out. Okay, very good. The next country we're going to focus on, country number 4, will be Sweden. Okay, so we're going to focus on Sweden next. So just bring your conscious awareness towards Sweden. Bringing your hands out into transmission posture, ready to send all that pure loving energy vibrating on a much higher rate the country of Sweden. So we'll do this for 1 minute now. Let's begin. Okay, deep breath in, deep breath out. Bringing yourself back to center. Now we're going to go to country number 5. Country number 5 will be Brazil. Okay, so we're going to go to Brazil now. So bring your conscious awareness now to Brazil. Okay, bringing your hands in transmission posture, ready to send all of that pure living energy to Brazil, vibrating the entire country into that high vibratory rate. Okay, so we'll now take 1 minute for Brazil. Let's begin. Okay, coming back to center now, taking a deep breath in. Okay, then we're going to do one more country. Okay. So the last country we're going to do is going to be Congo. Okay, so we're going to do the Congo. So just bringing your conscious awareness now to the Congo. Okay, bringing your hands into transmission posture. And just taking 1 minute of focus upon the Congo as we bring that light to the Congo, raising its vibratory rate. Okay, so 1 minute with the Congo, we will begin. Okay, deep breath in, deep breath out. Bringing yourself to center. Okay, so those are the 6 countries that we have worked with today. Now we're going to do one for the entire world. Okay, so I just want you to feel yourself projecting yourself further out, just so you can see the entire planet Earth with you here and now. And again, you're just putting your hands in transmission posture. And I want you to feel just blanketing the entire Earth. Okay, so you're blanketing the entire Earth with all of that pure light. Every single country now is getting blanketed with that light. All of the oceans of the Earth are being blanketed with that light. Every single living creature on the Earth is being blanketed with that light. And we're going to take 2 minutes this time and just focusing on bringing this high vibratory rate upon the Earth. So we're going to take those 2 minutes of focus, and we will do that now. Let us begin. Okay, and taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Bringing yourself into center. Now I want you just to take this minute now, just to send your love to all of the countries that we worked with, and even to the countries we did not have a chance to work with today. We're sending our love to them as well too. And most importantly, beyond it all, when we look at Mother Earth as she is, there are no boundaries, there are no nations, there is just one Earth. And so we're sending that love, that appreciation, that compassion to our Divine Mother, thanking her for all that she does for us, for all that she is. Namaskar. Okay. Well, thank you, everybody. Thank you for joining me for that meditation. If I didn't get around to your country, I apologize. Okay. I think we're going to do this more each week. Okay. So we're going to do another multi-country meditation next week as well, too. So we'll choose 6 other countries, and we will do those next week. But like I said, keep working with the Mother Earth. Like, it just feels so nice when you're working with the Earth. Personally, it's so beautiful. It just feels so good. Like, I was just vibrating so beautifully. I didn't want it to stop. But of course, I'm doing a broadcast here, and you only have so much time. So anyways, thank you guys. Thank you for joining me for that. Thank you for, again, requesting the appropriate countries for today's meditation. Everything is as it is. The stars align, and those are the countries that were meant to be worked on today. All right, so we're going to go ahead and switch gears now. We're going to go into distance healing. So let me just go ahead and change the screen. All right. So we're going to do distance healing today. So I'm going to get 5 individual volunteers. Okay, now if you do have a donation request for healing, that will get you first in line. Otherwise, I'm just going to go through the chat. Okay, we'll do 5 individuals, and then we're going to do a group healing. And after that, we'll be getting right into Q&A. Okay, so a reminder for question and answers today that yes, I will be doing tarot, and yes, I'll be doing higher self-communication, but making sure your questions are semi-personal or general in nature. Please, no personal questions. That's where private sessions come in. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and go to the top of the chat and just work my way down. So I have a request here from Star Owl. So Star Owl has a request, healing for my father. Okay, so there's nothing general in regards that Star Owl wants me to work with, just a general healing, or I should say not a specific healing, but rather a general healing. So Star Owl, I will certainly do that for you, and if you want to send loving energy to your father in the background, if anybody else also wants to do that, you're more than welcome to as well. Have to remember, guys, that we're all one, we're all interconnected. Helping another is helping yourself at the same time. So it's always good to send this loving energy in the background while I'm doing this work as well. Okay? So Star Owl, I will firstly just take a moment to connect with Heart Center, to be in the presence of God now. All right, and I'll be calling your father's higher self to be present with me now. I call upon Star Owl's father's higher self to be with me. Okay, he is present. And so the higher self will be working together with me. So we're just expanding our heart light as we breathe in and breathe out, expanding that light so that it becomes as vast as the cosmos itself. Bringing the hands back together. As we're bringing the hands back together, we're just saying, I completely believe that the healing that I shall receive will heal me. All right. And I will work with Star Owl's father now. Applaud. God is making him better. God is making him better. God is making him better. Okay. With love and appreciation to Star Owl's father, thank you very much. Blessings to you both. All right. So let me just go down the list here a bit more. So we got some questions already, so we'll be getting to your questions here in just a little bit, guys. Okay. All right. Just give me a moment here, guys. I'm starting to scroll into the chat. Okay, so this one here is from Kuno Astaria. Okay, I think I'm just going to call you Kuno for short, if that's okay. So Kuno requests, I need some healing, please. But so Kuno, I guess, is just for a general healing. So I haven't got any specifics. So guys, if you do want any healing from me, if you can, just feel free to give specifics on what type of healing you need. Otherwise, I just see it as a general healing session. Okay, so Kuno, that's what I'll be doing for you. Just a general healing here, as I don't see any other details. Okay, so Kuno, just be present with me here and now. I want you just to place your hands in prayer posture upon your chest. I want you to feel your heart opening up like a blossoming flower, and just feeling all of this light coming out of your heart and in between your palms, feeling all of that heart light coming through. I want you just to expand your hands now, nice and slowly. As you breathe in and breathe out, you're just expanding the light so that it permeates the entire cosmos. The entire universe is now filled with your light. This represents your love, your trust, your faith. Okay, and you're slowly bringing your hands back. As you're slowly bringing them back, you're just saying to yourself, I completely believe that the healing that I shall receive will heal me. Okay? So Kuno, we'll go ahead with your general healing. Here we go. Apply. Now Kuno, just bringing your hands out again and just collecting that light back into your heart. As you're doing this, just saying to yourself, God is making me better. God is making me better. God is making me better. Bringing all of that light back into the heart. Taking a deep breath in, deep breath out. Okay. Thank you very much, Kuno, for your request. Hope you feel better. Okay, let me just go through the chat again. Okay, we just got a donation. Good timing for Sunflower. Okay, this is from Sunflower. So Sunflower says, hi Brad, could you please send healing to my dad, Ken, for his sciatica? Okay, so his sciatic nerve needs some help. So we'll do that for Sunflower. Thank you, Sunflower. So Sunflower, if you want to help out in the background, you certainly can. If anybody else wants to help out in the background for Sunflower's dad with his sciatic nerve, you can certainly assist. Here's a little bit of a secret for you guys as well too. The more that you are willing to give compassionate, selfless service, the more your capability of grand reward in life will become. Okay, so I'm going to say that one more time. The more that you are able to provide selfless service for others, the more that you are able to accumulate a greater wealth of expansive reward in life to come. Okay? I want you to contemplate that. That's why it is so powerful to give selfless service. The reward that you get, the capability, the potentiality of yourself grows. It's like you're turning into a selfless giant. Okay? So if we're basically seeing ourselves as small folk, and we're going out and we're just giving service, we're just sending love to people, and we're doing that constantly, we become that small folk, and no longer becoming that small folk, we're now starting to expand ourselves to become a selfless giant. When you do that, Spirit is going to basically give you anything you want. I'm telling you this, guys, because it's exactly what's happening to me. Okay? I'm giving a lot of selfless service, and you grow. You feel like a giant, kind of like a friendly giant that just wants to give and give and give. And Spirit says, Brad, because you've given so much, I'm going to give this to you. Whatever it is you want, it's yours. Okay? I'm telling that to all of you guys as well, too. The more that you're giving, the more that you're turning into this beautiful, selfless, friendly giant who just wants to give. Right? They don't mind receiving either, right? But they're giving. Spirit comes to you and says, well done, my child. And through all this giving that you're giving, I will give back to you manyfold. Okay? So that's just a reminder for all of you. This is why we give. This is why we have that selfless service. Okay? It's so very, very important. That's our true humanity. We don't want to forget that. Okay? So for Sunflower's Dad, we will work with that now for Sciatica. So I now call upon Sunflower's Dad's higher self to be present with me now. He is present. All right, we'll begin working with him. Expanding that light to the cosmos. Bringing the hands back. I completely believe that the healing that I shall receive will heal me. Okay, and we'll begin. God is making him better. God is making him better. God is making him better. Okay, with love and blessings to him. Love and blessings to you, Sunflower. Thank you so much. Be well. Okay, so that is the third person. We're going to do 2 more people. Then we're going to get into Q&A. Or then we're going to get into group healing. And then we'll get into Q&A. Okay. All right, just going down the list here. So this one here is from Henny. Henny says, inflammation in my jaw. Okay, so Henny, no problem. I will go ahead and send some healing for you for the inflamed jaw. So Henny, I just want you to be present with me right now, just placing your hands in prayer posture. Opening up the heart, feeling all of that light coming in between your palms, expanding your hands out. Expanding out the light. Slowly bringing the hands back in. I completely believe that the healing that I shall receive will heal me. Okay. And Henny, we will go ahead and work on your inflamed jaw. Here we go. God is making Henny better. God is making Henny better. God is making Henny better. Okay. So blessings to you, Henny. Thank you very much. So what I'd also like you to do, Henny, is I want you to go onto my YouTube channel, and I want you just to search for the video, the white light energy ball technique. Okay, it's one of my newest videos. If you need to just go into the search bar, just type that out, white light energy ball technique. Okay, and I'd like you to do that daily. Okay, at least once a day. I'd recommend twice a day if you can. Once in the morning, once in the evening. But if you just want to do it once, that's fine as well too. And as you watch the video, you're just creating a white light energy ball, and you're just putting all of that pure loving energy into it. So if I was to look at you right now, Henny, and snap my fingers, and your jaw pain, the inflammation is completely gone, what feeling would come out of you? Well, that's the feeling that you're putting into this white light energy ball, okay? You're saturating it with that feeling. And then we're just slowly putting it into the solar plexus, and as we're doing that, we're Om chanting, okay? So we can chant out loud or in our mind, Om, 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 until we feel that ball being completely absorbed into the solar plexus. And after we do that, we just let ourselves be, go on with your day. Okay, once it's in the solar plexus, the energy knows what to do, and that will also give you a boost in helping you with healing the jaw completely. Okay, thank you very much, Henny. All right, we're going to take one more healing request, then we're going to go into group healing, and then we're going to go into Q&A. All right, so let me take a look. Okay, this is just an update from MLK Star Fashion. I believe I did a healing with MLK not too long ago. I think it was last week. So MLK just gave me an update. Hi Brad, I would like to say thank you. I have no more heat or pain coming from my back. Brad, could you help my mother? She is always tired. Strong pain on her legs. Stop her to walk properly. Okay, so I'll work on your mom. So MLK was the person that I was talking about having a Kundalini disturbance, so I was working with her in the background a while ago, and so she's feeling a lot better. That's great. So she has a request here for her mom, saying that she's always tired, she has strong pain in her legs that's preventing her from walking properly. All right, so I will work on your mom, MLK. All right. So I just invite MLK's mom to be present, her higher self, to be present with me now. Okay, she is present. So we will work on your mom's leg condition, the pain in her legs, to help her with walking properly. All right, here we go. So just expanding that light out from MLK's mom's higher self, expanding that light, permeating the entire cosmos, bringing the hands back in. I completely believe that the healing that I shall receive will heal me. Okay. And we will now go ahead and begin. Up high. God is making her better. God is making her better. God is making her better. With love and appreciation and blessings to MLK and to her mom, Namaskar. Okay. So MOK, all of that is being sent to your mom right now. So you can just keep an eye on her over the next few days to a couple of weeks. You can let me know how she's doing as well too. Thank you very much. I'm glad you're doing better too. All right. Blessings, everybody. Thank you very much. We're going to now go ahead and go into group healing. So with group healing right now, all I want you to do is just, if you're nice and seated, good, make sure your spine is nice and straight. And we're just going to do a body scan. Okay, so we're just going to scan our body from the top of our head, going all the way down to the bottom of our feet. And I want you just to find something that you're ready to let go of. Okay, not something that you're still holding on to, but something that you're ready to let go of, right? I've had this issue for a while. I'm just ready to let go of it. I'm ready to purge it from myself. Okay, so as you feel that sensation, we're just pulling that out of the chest. Okay, like a big soap bubble. It has this kind of black tarry liquid in it. That black tarry liquid is the subject that you want to clear away, whether it's physical, mental, or emotional. But your willingness to let it go here is key. So I want you just to put that directly in front of you. And you may notice that during the group healing, there may be some excretions of black tar coming out. And this is just stuff that's on the surface. If that's there, just accept it as it is, because we're going to be surrendering to it and clearing it away entirely. Okay? So just go ahead and get yourself prepared for that, putting the ball there. Be aware if there's any excretions that come out of the body. This can happen. Perfectly normal. Right? So, placing your hands in prayer posture, opening the heart, feeling the heart unfolding like a blossoming flower, letting all of the light from the heart coming in between the palms, and just expanding the palms now. As you breathe in and breathe out, expanding that light. This is representing your love, your trust, your faith. Let it be universal in size. And bringing your hands back nice and slowly. As you do, you're saying to yourself, I completely believe that the healing that I shall receive will heal me. If this is for somebody else, you're saying, I completely believe that the healing that they shall receive will heal them. Okay? And just bringing your hands now in prayer posture, being aware of that ball directly in front of you. And we will now begin. I will place a spirit ball around everybody here that is working together through this exercise with me. Take a deep breath in. And as we take a deep breath, you're just going to snap your fingers together with me as we count to 3. 1, 2, 3, snap. Apply. Okay. I want you just to be aware of that ball. Is that ball now empty directly in front of you? The answer is yes, great work. The answer is no, there's still a little bit of debris there. No problem. I want you just to look at that debris right now. And I want you to take your body and your mind. I want you just to take your impression of your body, the impression of your mind, and I want you to put it aside. So all that you are right now is your awareness. And through awareness, you're just looking at that little bit of tar that is contained inside that bubble. And I want you to shine the invisible light of awareness upon that little bit of tar there, that little bit of debris, right? That blight. And I want you just to completely and totally surrender to it, right? Just as you see my hand here being like you're moving into surrender. I'm completely letting it go. I'm completely surrendering to it. I am not attached to it in any way. This is simply identity. This is simply ownership, illusion of the mind. It is not who I am. I'm letting it go. I'm letting it go. I'm letting it go. Okay? Once it's completely let go of, snap your fingers again. Okay? You'll see that go away. Same thing if you notice any excretions around there. You're just surrendering, 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 surrendering. Okay, I'm completely surrendered to everything. Good. Snap your fingers. Gone. Okay? That's all we're doing. Very, very simple. It all comes through your ability to completely and totally surrender and release. Okay? It's the essence of the release ball method. All right. Thank you, everybody, for being a part of the group healing. So we're going to go ahead and switch gears now. We're going to go into live chat, and we're going to start some Q&A. All right. So again, guys, if you do want to use a donation and put your question ahead of the line, you can certainly do that. Otherwise, I'm going to start out at the very top of the chat, as high up as I can go. And we will start with Q&A. All right, so I'll have my tarot here. Give it a bit of a shuffle. Again, hello, everybody, from wherever you are in the world. Good to see you today. Glad you're here. We'll take a look at some questions that you guys have. Okay. Oh, I got a contribution right off the bat. Good timing, guys. You guys are on the ball today. All right, so this one here is from Brumman. Thank you, Brumman. Brumman said, hi, Brad. Yesterday you mentioned the UK would be showing positive signs of change. What are the signs of change we should expect to see? Well, that question specifically was about immigration, right? So a fellow asked about immigration within the UK, and I said that that was going to be picking up, okay? So as far as immigration laws go, and immigration, the ability to immigrate to the United Kingdom, that is going to pick up sensationally, okay? What I will do is I will go into spirit communication, and we'll take a little bit more of a look into the idea of more of the positive strides that are coming for the United Kingdom, okay? It is for you to know that through the country that you term as the United Kingdom is going to return to the shining light of prosperity that it once was many thousands of years prior to your current timeline. Through the nature of the United Kingdom, there will be the setting of example, a template example, that will showcase and institute new forms of procedural systems that will hold a greater influence on a government political level, on a monetary level, on a significance pertaining to immigration, on a significance pertaining to prosperity, more so refining the energy systems that will be coming through the United Kingdom. It will not lead into the chaotic situation that has taken place relating to current energy systems and their monetary-based expenses. New systems during this particular year of 2023 will be rolling out, and new leadership in this way, rather a new attitude of leadership in this way, will be rolling itself out. Therefore, the United Kingdom is attempting to be, as it were, the shining knight in armor that is attempting to bring about a greater example that will continue to see the mandate agendas vanquished and seeing a greater turnaround taking place that will be influential for many other countries across the world to see and to witness and to follow the example. It is not to say that these other countries are not going to be following suit, but it needs to follow the narrative in that way through the continuity so that people who are following along with this narrative can get the understanding that all of these changes are significators based upon the United Kingdom leading the charge. That is what's taking place for this country. That is the gracefulness that is coming through this year. It is not to say that you will not have conflicts, that you will not have challenges, but there will be much more of a horizon of the sun rising so that you are seeing a much more prosperous time coming forward to where the United Kingdom has volunteered itself to be the exemplar of these changes. Thank you. Okay, so Roman, that answers your question. Thank you so much. All right, so this is a question here from Lisa Scott. Lisa says, "Hi Brad, what will happen with the Bonnie Henry trial?" I wasn't aware that there was a trial going on, so very, very interesting. So let me just pull that up here real quick. Okay, well, there's some people who want to dismiss the COVID class action lawsuit against Dr. Henry's orders. So yes, that certainly is taking place. Okay, so I just looked that up on Google very quickly, just in case other people want to be informed of that. So this is something that's definitely Canadian news. So we had, again, this lawsuit that's taking place with this so-called medical official, right, Bonnie Henry. And she's just basically been a stooge for quite some time. I don't feel that she is a doppelganger, okay, so I feel that this is actually very real, okay. So let's take a look at the cards and see what's happening with this Bonnie Henry trial or class action lawsuit that's taking place with her, all right? And then I'll get to the next paid question here. Actually, no, it's just Roman again. Roman says, "Thanks, Brad. Great to receive the message." All right, you're welcome. Thanks for the good question. All right, so let's take a look and see what is happening with Bonnie Henry's trial, or again, this class action lawsuit against her. All right. Yeah, I'd say the best thing to do is that she's getting what's coming to her. Okay, so this is the whole idea that she's not very happy about everything that's been happening to her relating to this class action lawsuit. She's going to be going through a very, very rough time. Okay, a lot of people are extremely outraged at her. And you have, we could say, at least thousands of people. I'd say at least that could be even hundreds of thousands of angry Canadians against Bonnie Henry right now. So yeah, there's going to be a trial. Okay, so she's going to have to kind of face up with certain things. This is justice. This is judgment, but it's also justice as well too. The people will prevail. Okay, people are going to prevail, but there's still going to be some sneaky tactics behind the scenes. Even though that gets taken care of, there's still some more veils that need to be peeled away even after this trial and conviction is taking place. So yes, Bonnie Henry is going to be dealt with basically through this trial and through this lawsuit. One second. I got the sneeze bug. One second. But again, she has to face up with these things. This is something that's been building up for a long time. So yes, I feel like the trial is going to be going pretty well. But I think there's still some more cover-ups. I think this is not the end of the thing. This is kind of like a first stage, because it feels like there's a lot of other veils, illusions, and deceptions that need to be peeled off behind all of this, because she's basically just the figurehead. She's just a patsy, a stooge who's been taking orders, okay? And so we have to kind of unpeel the veil a lot more and saying the people that are behind her, those are the ones that you need to focus on, okay? So it's not so much as looking at the puppet, right? The person who's the stooge, person who's just the worker here, the figurehead on the stage, because that's how she is. She's just a paid-off stooge, okay? You want to go deeper, you want to look into the people that are behind the puppet. Those are the ones that need the attention. That's going to basically hold accountability through them, okay? So there's a lot more deeper stuff to this than just the Bonnie Henry trial, okay? That's the surface, and that will happen, okay? There will be quote-unquote justice coming together for her, but that's not going to resolve the problem. Okay? You got to really look deeper in that sense. You can't just keep going on the surface here and thinking, oh, we take care of this stuff on the surface. No, guys, that's a distraction. Okay? You got to look into the puppet masters. Those are the ones that you bring your awareness onto. Okay? So that's what I got for your question there. Lisa, thank you very much. All right, let's go up to the chat here one more time. Okay. So just give me one moment here, guys. Okay, here's an interesting question here. It's a metaphysical question, spiritual question. This one here is from Judith. Okay. Judith says, Brad, my beliefs are that God is the universal energy And Jesus was able to tune into the universal God energy. Am I correct? Okay. Now, Judith, as you're asking for correctness, okay, I'm going to be blunt and I'm going to be bold, okay? But not in a mean way. No, okay? That's not the way of it at all. You cannot look at God as an energy, okay? Energy is a finite thing, okay? Even though we have life force energy, even though we have prana, it still exists within the mind, okay? That is not what God represents. Now, when you're looking at Jesus in that sense, the best way I can put it, and I'm not trying to offend anybody's belief systems here in that way, is to know that Jesus portrayed himself as the Christ. Now, what is the Christ, everyone? Does anybody know what the Christ means? What is it? It's an oil. That's what the Christ means. It's to be anointed in oil. Now, here's a video I was looking to make. I just haven't had the chance because I've been so busy with AetherX. But a video that I'm looking to make is all about the Christ oil. It's all about the chrism oil. We can also refer to it as the Amrita. We can also refer to it as sacred secretion. Everybody gets the Christ oil. Okay? Now, this Christ oil comes through us every single month. Everybody gets it. Everybody. Okay? I've had it a few times myself. Last month, I was actually just more consciously aware of the Christ oil coming through me, and it went right up to the brain. This is how I'm able to access all this information and get all this knowledge and show it through me, and how I'm able to do the healing work that I'm doing. A lot of it comes through the Christ oil. So this is something that is produced in what's known as the claustrum. Okay? The claustrum is contained around the center of the brain, and it has this oil, this substance, this sacred secretion that goes all the way down the spine, moving all the way to the sacral plexus. And it does this every single month when the moon moves into your sun sign for 2.5 days. Now, looking into the story of Jesus, everything pertaining to the story of Jesus is pretty much the story of the Christ oil. How it's descending down, how it came down from heaven to earth, how it's coming directly into the sacral plexus, and it slowly starts to move its way up. And that again, you anoint yourself, right? It moves up into the solar plexus and it forms a seed. And it moves further up into the heart, it becomes refined. And it goes all the way up into the throat and it becomes sacrificed. Okay? It becomes sacrificed, so that seed now basically becomes the essence that's moving back up into the brain again. And that's the Christ oil. And once that substance moves back into the brain again, you are getting many hundreds of thousands of brain cells activated. It is an activation. This is the ascension, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? The ascension represents the idea of Christ oil. Okay? So, Jesus represents the embodiment of the Christ. And what is the Christ? It's an oil. What happens when that oil returns all the way back into the brain? You can talk to God. You can talk to Spirit. Okay? But in order for that oil to raise all the way up the spine, to go all the way up to the brain, right, we have to cleanse ourselves. There needs to be a cleaning that takes place. So again, I was going to be talking about this in specifics through a video about the Christ oil, about the chrism, about the Christos, right, about the sacred secretion, about the Amrita nectar. Okay, it's a very, very big topic. I just have not had a chance yet. So I will try to do my best in the next couple of weeks talk more about the Christ oil, the Christos, the sacred secretion. Okay, you've had a few experts online. Jim Carrey actually talked about this on a Norm Macdonald live webcast or something of that nature. And he was talking about the claustrum, that's actually where Santa Claus comes from. Santa Claus goes down the chimney, comes down the claustrum, right? And that's the Christ oil. Okay, everybody has the Christ oil. Jesus is one example of someone who raised the Christ oil, who was raised to glory, right? So everything in the Bible pertaining to Jesus' story, because Jesus did actually exist, but this is more so foretelling the story of the raising of the Christ oil within all of us. So, to go to your question, Judith, God is not a universal energy. God simply is. You cannot identify God through any form of object, okay? God is not an energy, God is not a thought, God is not a feeling, God is not anything of the mind, but God is all those things. This is where people get kind of a, big question mark. So you cannot identify God as an energy. That is incorrect. You cannot identify God as an entity. That is incorrect. Okay? God simply is, because to put God onto any of those things is to give a finite boundary to God, and that would not be God. Right? That would be a useless God. You want God to be simply is. Simple isness of God is God. God is both is and is not. Okay? When you're looking at Jesus, someone who is able to raise the Christ oil, someone who is anointed with the oil, who therefore knew God and portrayed himself as God, the living God, that the Father and I are one. These things I do, you can do as well if you would but believe. Okay? It is not I that do these things, but it is Spirit that does these things through me. That's all Jesus is saying. He's constantly telling you guys, Christ oil, Christ oil, Christ oil, anointing yourself with the Christ oil, activating the brain, millions of brain cells activating, no longer being dormant, so that you are able to see yourself as God. That's the idea, guys. It's not some bearded dude in the sky. It's not an entity. It's not an energy. Okay? God simply is. Okay? So when you look at the nature of Jesus, Jesus again is one who was anointed, right? Anointed by the Christ oil to know God. Okay? And that was his story. And he still is that, right? Talking about the kingdom of heaven, that which is within, right? Talking about the kingdom of God, that which is within, that which is expansion, that which is openness, being able to open your awareness through the Christ oil that you become anointed so that you are raised to glory. Okay? That is the nature. So like I said, I'm just giving you an elevator version, but I'm going to go a lot more deeper into it in the future video. I hope to get around to it here in the next couple of weeks. So a lot of stuff right now that I'm taking care of, but I would love to make that video to share that with you guys. Okay, so it's in the works. Thank you, Judith, for a very good question. Okay, so here's one from Demi. Demi says, is it true that the Galactic Federation of Worlds are AI prophets of the highest order? Are these blonde-haired, blue-eyed beings good or bad? Okay. Well, that's kind of an absolute question, Demi. We have to be careful with the idea of is something good or something bad, okay? If I basically trip over somebody and it looks like I hit them when in fact I just tripped, but everybody else thought that I punched them or something like that when I was tripping and falling, right? I could be pegged as a bad guy, but in my defense, I just fell over my own feet. I actually tripped and I knocked this person over the cheek with my hand. But I would be perceived as a bad guy, okay? You cannot see life like that, Demi. That's very, very limiting, okay? You got to get out of this paintbrush of everything being black and white, okay? Now, it's true, there are certain forms of groups that are imitators, okay? And in that sense, you have to have compassion for these people. Everything is God, okay? Even from what I've talked about, Draco reptilians, right? AI and everything, it's all God, guys. If there is only one infinite being, and if we believe in a devil, is that devil separate from God? No. God is the devil. God is the artificial intelligence. God is the Draco. God is the Galactic Federation imposter groups. Okay? Everything is God. There is nothing separate from the one. Right? You guys see that poster back here. Okay? You see the flower of life. Is there anything within that flower of life that is separate from it? No. So again, therefore you're looking at the interconnectivity. It really doesn't help you to peg a person as being good or as being bad. Okay? Because all you're doing is you're doing that to yourself. If I'm saying this person is bad, look at these fingers that are pointing back at me. Okay? I need to be aware of that. So being able to peg off a group, and yes, it's true, there are some groups that have been doing some deceitful things. I've talked about them. Okay? Talked about them in great extensiveness on this channel for years. A long time, guys. All the way back to 2011, from when this channel was first born. Guys, I've talked about this stuff to death. Okay? Yes, there are certainly imposter groups. Yes, there are certainly groups that are deceiving. I've talked about the Galactic Federation of Light. I've talked about the Ashtar Command. I've talked about the Silver Legion. I've talked a lot about all these different groups. And many of them in that sense are imposter groups because they basically try to get people who are quite intuitive to spin their messages. And you notice that it's always a one-way transmission. Dearest family of planet Earth, we are letting you know that it's only a short time before we will reveal ourselves in your skies, and that we want you to send you in love and light and all that stuff. Okay? So yes, there are certainly imposter groups, but rather than saying, oh, those imposter groups, I want to get them, no. Forgive them, for they know not what they do. Okay? So this is where you're giving love and compassion to everything. Okay? Not looking at everything in black and white. So you are correct to me that there are indeed AI prophets. Okay? A lot of people have talked about artificial intelligent prophets. Okay? Or as I would refer to it as artificial ignorance. There's nothing really intelligent about it. There really is no such thing as artificial intelligence. That's not possible because you cannot artificialize intelligence. Okay? You can artificialize ignorance, but you can't artificially create intelligence. Okay? That's not possible because intelligence doesn't have a form either. Okay? It's through us, but it is not within us. It's not something you can locate in the body. Okay? So with artificial ignorance, yes. So there are programs, like I said, if you go out into astral body, you will see that there are certain pockets, okay? That there are certain veils that are draped over the astral plane, basically giving delusions or illusions pertaining to how things are, which really are not, okay? But as I've always said, if you are standing in your power, nothing can deceive you, right? And whenever you see a deceiver, all you want to do is just open up your heart and send them love and saying this is a God being who is lost. That's really the best way to look at it. This is a God being who is ignorant. Okay? So if you're looking at a divine soul directly in front of you and saying, it's just a God being who's ignorant, who's lost. All they need is compassion. The only reason they're doing what they're doing is because they're in lack. Right? So instead of me pointing my finger, because if I'm pointing my finger and these people are evil, I'm in lack. Because I don't know God. I don't know my power. I don't know the divine intelligence. And so I'm just acting as a body here, as a body-mind principle, and pointing at that person, oh, that person's evil. And so here I am with my black and white paint. Okay? You got to get out of that. And here's another thing. This is going beyond Demi's question, but it's something very, very important. Because it's been happening for quite some time. For years, I would say. Is that people come to me and want to get psychic. Okay? They want to open up the third eye. They want to be claircognizant. They want to be clairaudient. Okay? They want to be clairsentient. All these things. Brad, I just want to get these abilities. I want to be psychic. I want to be intuitive. Brad, can you open up all of these gateways to me and be psychic? Actually, yes, I could, but I'm not going to do that. And the reason being is because that's not your salvation. Okay? Your salvation comes from you and your ability to surrender, to know that you are the infinite, to know that you are divine. You guys should be going for enlightenment first. Do you know what I mean by enlightenment? Okay? All an enlightened being is one who realizes themselves. That's it. That is the definition of an enlightened being. One who realizes themselves. That's what you guys should be going through first and foremost. So rather than worrying about psychic powers and psychic prowess and siddhis, right? As the Sanskrit term goes, the siddhis, the psychic prowess. Rather than all of that, go into your own enlightenment first. Okay? Clear up everything that hinders you. Clear up everything that binds you, right? That burdens you. All of that stuff gets cleaned out. Now when all of that stuff is cleaned out, you will notice that these natural intuitive abilities flourish with you. It's happened to me, okay? Because I've spent many years ago, even when I was first getting all this together, thinking I needed to expand my psychic prowess and all that stuff. And I really didn't get anywhere by doing that because my focus was that, oh, I'm in lack. And because I'm in lack, I need to get all these powers because this is going to make me feel better, right? In the past, I felt like I needed to go find a twin flame. I need to go find a partner because I'm not complete without a partner in my life. I used to think like that too. Okay? So these are all the burdens that come together. It's not to say that you don't have a divine relationship. I'm in a wonderful partnership right now. But it didn't come through that type of medium, right? It came through the idea of saying that I know I am complete. I know that I am enough. I know that I am the infinite. And when you're completely at ease with all of these things, the capability of your surrender brings everything to you. Remember what I was saying earlier, that you're starting off as small folk and then you're expanding into the friendly giant? Because of selfless service, because of your ability to surrender, and you're not even really thinking of yourself. That's the catch-22 here, guys. We think that if we're pounding the pavement, we're working our butt off. Brad, I've been doing constant meditation. I've been meditating 4, 5, 6 hours a day on my third eye, and it's not opening up. What am I doing wrong? Why can't I get this damn thing to open? And I tell him, you got to surrender. Surrender? That's all I have to do is surrender? Yes. That's all you have to do is surrender. Which means you just let it go. You let it be as it is. And you work on yourself. And now all of a sudden, as you're starting to work on yourself, you're closing your eyes, and all of a sudden these incredible visions come to you. Like, oh my God, Brad, all I did was surrender, and now my third eye is opening up. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Right? Don't worry about psychic powers. Don't worry about cities. Work on yourself and surrender first, and go into your own enlightenment. And then when you go into enlightenment, these things will blossom naturally in you. Your ability to be a clairvoyant, your ability to have claircognizance, clairsentience, clairaudience, all of that will come to you naturally because you're surrendering these tendencies. These tendencies that are within you are the cancers. They are the poisons. And they're poisoning you because they're constantly convincing you that you're a separate self, right? So here's one person here, and here's another person right here, and there is nothing in common with them. There's no connection with them whatsoever. They're both separate entities, and that's it. And that's the poison that you're putting into yourself, is poisoning yourself with this idea of feeling that I am a separate self-consciousness because I'm not going off for enlightenment. I just want psychic stimulation. I just want my intuitive hit like a drug addict. And that's not going to get you anywhere. That's going to cause you to suffer more. Okay? Just another topic I have to talk on a lot more. Okay? But I'm telling you this, guys, because I've gone through it. I went through all that. I spent years trying to develop my psychic abilities the hard way, and it didn't work. When I started to surrender, all of these capabilities came to me like that, like that, like that, like that. Okay? That's how it works. Go for enlightenment first. All right? Thank you, Demi, for your question. Okay, let's go down the list here a bit more. Okay, just give me a moment. I'm just scrolling down the big list here. Right. Still going down the list. Got a lot of comments today. Okay. Okay, there's a question here from Ivy. It's regarding the Etherbed kits. Okay, she says, Brad, will the beds help cirrhosis of the liver, also fatty liver disease? Yes, guys. Guys, here's the breakdown of how the Etherbed kits work. Okay, so when you have the Etherbed kit on your bed and you start activating it, okay, so I'm again activating the duvet cover, I'm activating the bed sheet, I'm activating the 2 pillowcases. Okay, maybe I'm using 2 pillows at night, so I'll use them. Okay, I'm talking about a single person in bed. It can be another person in bed who's activating it with you. Okay, as soon as you guys activate it for yourselves, it will work for yourselves. Even if there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people on your bed. Okay, all 8 of them will have that bed working on them because that bed is not distributing energy to you. It's not doing that. It's a thought form. Okay. That thought form is going into your own body, and that life force energy is now permeating every facet of yourself that you are in weighted contact with. Okay? The reason why we get sick, everybody, is because you are lacking pranic flow in certain areas of the body. It is very narrow, right? It's kind of like a person who's just eating really, really horrible fatty foods, and then their arteries start to get clogged, their blood vessels start to get very, very narrow, and it's hard for blood to get through. And then when the blood can't get through, well, that person's going to have a very big problem on their hands. The same thing goes with our energetic nervous system. Okay? When we are physically, mentally, and emotionally ignorant and negligent to ourselves, that energy system starts to get clogged, right? It starts to get hardened. It's like a hardened artery. And so basically what the ether bed is doing to you is it's working with the reservoir, it's working with the ocean of prana, which is contained in the solar plexus. Now, solar plexus is not a chakra. Solar plexus is a second brain. Okay? Guys, you have 3 brains in the body. The lower brain is in the intestines. That's what's known quite commonly in Taoism and martial arts as the lower dantian. It basically facilitates the qi that we would refer to as jing. Okay, that's prenatal qi. That's the lower dantian. And you bring qi in to help to sanitize it, to clean it out. Then we have the middle dantian, which is at the solar plexus. Okay, this is the abdominal brain. Okay, it's right behind the stomach. And doctors actually know, who have done autopsies, they know that there's ganglia right behind the stomach. That's a physical brain, everybody. Okay? You have 3 physical brains in the body. Okay, that's the second. That's the solar plexus. That is the center that, again, has the gigantic, enormous ocean of prana, or chi. Okay? And that's what we're accessing. So we're not draining the ocean or anything like that. All we're doing is we're just taking the excess. Okay? Because if we don't use the solar plexus, all of this energy is just forming, and it's doing nothing. It's just sitting there. So what we're doing is the beds are programmed to access the excess of the solar plexus prana and put it all over your body. Okay? So putting it into every single organ, putting it into every single gland, putting it into your cells, putting it into your bodily systems, putting it into everything that represents this physical container. That's its job. That's what it's meant to do. It's not going to complain about it. It's not going to take a coffee break. None of it. Okay? So once it uses the excess, not the vital amount, but the excess amount. It's kind of like if you have like a latte in that sense. You got all that foam on top. Well, all that foam represents the excess, right? We're not actually taking a straw and sucking down the latte. We're taking that excess foam. In this case, we're taking that excess energy throughout the solar plexus, and it's distributing it as you go to sleep every single night through your entire body. And over time, you're going to notice that your body is in much better shape because your body is getting all of the prana it needs. It's not starving for prana because of improper posture, because of bad eating, because of dehydration, because of illnesses, because of emotional problems, because of mental problems. Okay? Those won't matter. This is going to go through and it's going to cleanse everything out. And you work with it every single night, and over time, over the span of weeks and several months, you will notice your body becomes very, very healthy. It's not to say that you're going to omit eating healthy. You still need to eat healthy. You still need to exercise. You still need to take care of all the things you need to take care of. The bed's not going to take care of everything for you, but it's an addition to your healing. Okay? So if you have cirrhosis of the liver, if you have a fatty liver, yes, it's going to help you. That's going to pump prana into it, but you still got to take care of your body. Okay? It's not a golden ticket where, oh, okay, well, I got the ether bed and I don't have to take care of myself anymore. The ether bed's got it. No. As I've always said, guys, when you're looking at the healing code technology, when you're looking at AetherX, it's additional technology to help you. It is very much like a med bed, okay? But even if, guys, we had an SSP med bed right here, it says, guys, this is not omitting your ability to take care of yourself. You still got to take care of yourself, even if you had an SSP med bed right in your front room, okay? So now that you have an ether bed in your bedroom, the closest thing to a med bed that there is, you'll be able to use that. But you still got to take responsibility. You got to still make sure you're eating good. You got to make sure you're exercising. You still got to take care of your emotional and mental issues. Okay? You are not omitted from that. You're not exempt from that. So yes, it will certainly help you out with diseases. Okay? Because it's putting all that prana into the body where it is needed, and that does a big help. But we got to maintain, right? We're maintainers of our body. We got to make sure we're doing a good maintenance of ourselves. We don't know how to live, right? And so this is where the ether bed is helping you, because you're feeling rejuvenated. You're waking up. You feel, oh my God, this feels so good. I feel great because I got like all this energy flowing through my body. When I'm going to sleep in the middle of the night, I can feel my whole body vibrating. It feels wonderful. Great. But you still got to take care of yourself. Okay? That's still important. You cannot be exempt from taking care of yourself. You still got to, even though you have an ether bed. Okay? But does it help you with diseases? Yes, guys. It helps you with everything. The only reason a disease is caused is because of the lack of pranic flow within that area of the body. Okay? So once that starts to open up, once that liver is getting all of this fresh prana from your solar plexus, it's going to recover within a matter of weeks. Okay? That's how cool, that's how amazing the ether bed is. Okay? The same thing with the healing code cards. Healing code cards do the same thing. Ether bed's a little more powerful, but the healing code cards still do the same thing. Okay? So if you're working with a liver enhancer, again, it's working with your prana to clear it away, to help clear away the debris there. Okay? Same principle, just a lot more advanced and stronger from the ether bed point of view. All right? Thank you for your question. Okay, so this is kind of a funny question from Brenda. Brenda says, when are aliens going public? Let's meet. Humanity has a lot of growing up to do before we can do that. All right, so I'm pretty sure you're meaning it in a funny way. But, well, basically, you have the capability to talk to your own off-world family. Guys, I did it for 13 years. Okay? When I was channeling Adronis. Okay? Adronis was an extraterrestrial consciousness, another version of me, but still someone who I was able to talk to. And he gave me a lot of information on off-world affairs. Everything in regards to what I know about ETs and off-worlders is mostly thanks to Adronis. Okay? So I talked to him on a daily basis for 13 years. Okay? Doesn't mean to say, oh, okay, well, I'm just tapping my watch and I'm watching the window and I'm watching the sky and I'm just going to sit here and I'm just going to wait for a flying saucer to come down and just greet everybody, then I'll probably go ahead and mingle with them. Okay? That's what we call wasting your time. Now, if you truly are serious in wanting to connect with off-world intelligence, firstly, you got to work on yourself, because there are prerequisites that you need to take care of before any form of being can talk about it. I've actually talked about this. You guys can look at my prerequisites video. Okay? You need to start getting into that mentality. It doesn't mean you have to be fully there, but you're getting into that mentality that I'm going to be taking care of myself, right? I know that I am interconnected. I know that I am in synchronous harmony with everything. Okay? I want to make sure I'm taking very good care of myself, right? So there is that nature of aligning yourself to miracles, aligning yourself to synchronicity, okay? Being stable. And when I say just being stable, I just mean being self-aware, okay? When you're stable, you're self-aware. When you're self-aware, you're stable. And you're going into synchronicity, and through synchronicity, these miracles are being born. And through these miracles being born, you're realizing the interconnectedness that you truly are. That's how these beings want to talk to you. Because, okay, you're not there yet, but you're getting into that mentality. We can work with you. We can help you with that. That's why Adronis came to me in the first place. Brad has this potential to realize his interconnectedness to all things. He is truly taking this seriously. He truly wants this. We're going to help him, right? And then came Adronis. And then came Rayar. And then came many others who I was talking to over the span of over 13 years from when I was channeling. Okay? And it was a beautiful experience, but I moved on with that because I can talk directly to the source now. Right? I don't need the advocates anymore. I can go right to the source. Right? So it's like the idea of saying, oh, do you want to go to a retail store to buy some ice cream, or do you want to go and own the factory? That's a kind of a crude way of putting it, but nonetheless, that is it. Or the idea of saying, oh, I can take a book out from the library, but I'm the entire library's source. So why do I need a librarian to take out one little book when I now am the entire library? I think that's a better analogy. Rather than ice cream, I'll talk about libraries. Okay, so that's an example right there, guys. To talk to off-worlders, to talk to your star family, to talk to your star ancestors, you have to be in the same alignment as they are. Okay? If you're not, then you're going to talk to some beings that are not too pleasant. But like I said, you got to give them love and compassion as well too, because that's all that they're doing. They are God beings who have lost their way. They are God beings who are ignorant, and they just need love and compassion because that's what they lack the most. Okay? It's what a lot of us lack the most, is love and compassion. That's why we act out the way we are. We feel unloved. We feel lack, and that's why we vent at people. That's why we complain about the world, because we're in constant lack and we see ourselves as a body and a mind. And we don't see ourselves as pure awareness. When you see yourself as that, you'll never complain to another person again. Right? That's the idea. Okay, we can play around, we can act certain ways, but again, we're never going to be serious. So, this person did this to me and blah, 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 and say, why am I doing that? I know better than that, right? You see up the magician's sleeve, you're not impressed by the magician anymore. Okay, so this one here is from Silvio. Silvio says, Dear Brad, you got it right twice about Brazil, but things are getting ugly. When are we going to get rid of the government and have our real president back in office? People are suffering. Thank you. Well, why don't we take a look at Brazil right now in regards to what's happening there. This is why we did a healing on Brazil earlier. Okay, so let's take a look at Brazil. But here's a footnote that I'll leave for you, Silvio, before we look into the cards. Okay. Whenever something like that is taking place, when things are turning ugly, it's actually turning beautiful. Okay? Brad, what do you mean? Things are turning ugly, how can it possibly be beautiful? Guys, because there's no way that particular government can come out of this unscathed. If they do not have the support of their own people and the people are retaliating against that government is on borrowed time. Okay? You cannot maintain a government when the people in majority are not supporting it. So when that government is not being supported by the majority of the people, it is only a matter of time before it falls. And they try to tighten the grip. Well, we'll tighten it more, we'll tighten it more, we'll tighten it more. People get madder, they get madder, and they get madder. And now they're in droves. Thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions coming towards the government when they cannot clamp it down anymore, and then they buckle. All right, that's what's happening to Brazil. So this is just something as a footnote that I wanted to give you before we look into the cards about it. Okay. So guys, when things are getting ugly, they're actually getting beautiful. I want you to remember that. It's kind of a bit of a paradox, but that's how it works. When things get ugly, when the idea of the government trying to suppress the people is happening, it's actually going to turn beautiful because it's waking people up by the thousands, by the hundreds of thousands, by the millions, and the people will always prevail because you are many and they are few, and if they are not going in flow with people because they need the people, they will fall. I can guarantee you that. All right? So let's take a look. History has shown that time and time again. Through all great civilizations that have come and gone, if they constantly go against the people, that civilization will fall. And new things will come through the people's direction. That has happened time and time again, century after century, era after era. All right? So, yep, the tarot is completely agreeing with me. Guys, this is a good thing. This is great that this is happening. People are getting pissed off. People are getting really upset. And this is the golden ticket. This is what's going to change Brazil. Brazil is on the face of a revolution here. And that's what you guys want. Okay? You are constantly standing up so that all of that old regime is going out of power. Your reward is imminent. Okay? It's because they're doing all these things that is causing the people to wake up, to stand up together, to wave their flags, to be patriotic, to go out there and stand at these buildings and demand answers and demand change and demand justice, and they won't leave. Right? And now other people see them, and they start coming together, and you have people from other countries that are supporting Brazil, and so on and so forth, and it's like a gigantic wave. And that tidal wave is going to sweep over the corrupt that are trying to hold things together. It's exactly why they do all these things. Okay? You are moving in a positive direction. Everything in this deck, everything in this reading here is super duper positive. Look at all the golden background here. Okay, this is positive upliftment. This is golden times. Brazil's going through a golden era here. They're about to move into a golden age. You guys have nothing to worry about. You got this. Okay? I know we don't really want to have to experience this. We don't want to have to go through the transition. We just want things to go back to normal. Well, with all due respect, that's not going to happen. Okay? You guys have to stand up. You have to stand up for yourselves. You are working with your soul tribes. You're coming together, and this sweeping needs to happen. It's like a janitor that goes into a room that's absolutely filthy, but they know it's their job to clean it up. Okay? We're these custodians, guys. We have to go out and we need to clean this mess up. As much as we don't want to and say, nope, I got my broom, I got my mop and my dustpan, I'm going to do this. Why? Because it's my job. Because it's what I'm here to do. Okay? I know we want to go back to the normie situation, but too bad. That's not what's going to happen. You will never go back to how the way things were. It's done. Because nature doesn't work that way. You're not going to have nature in the middle of the fall saying, oh, sorry guys, I didn't mean to knock all these leaves off the trees. I'll do my best to put it back up again. No. Okay? The seasons indicate change. It is the death of the old. It is the rising of the new. And you are witnessing the death of the old. And the people are making it happen. Okay? That's how this is working. That's this whole ordeal taking place right now. People standing up, counter forces coming into Brazil, taking over, about to sweep these old political criminals away. Because again, they're just in lack. They know not what they do. And so therefore, the wave, the tide is coming in, and it's sweeping the ocean clean of all this debris that's there. Okay? And this is going to indicate a greater state of change that is going to take place. It's going to progress. There's going to be a whole new outlook of things. There's going to be a whole new change. Brazil is on the edge of a brand new transitional government, of a brand new elected leader, of everything. Okay? You guys got this. Okay? I know you don't like to look at these things, but this is how it is. You need to accept what's happening. As you accept what's happening, you realize these things are being swept away. You realize, okay, great. This is all part of the change that we want. We all want change, and you guys are seeing change right in front of your face, and now you're scared of it. You asked for this, right? We asked for this. And I can say this for every single country as well, too. Guys, you wanted change. This is what it looks like. Do you think it's all rainbows and sunshine and singing Kumbaya? No. It's going to involve tragedy. Through tragedy comes unity. And that's where we're going. We're moving into a unified time because more and more people are coming together, united by a common cause. That's the beautiful change that's here because we've all asked for it. I want things to change. I don't like the way these systems are run. I don't like who's in charge. I don't like how we're constantly getting all these things hidden under our feet. It's time for a change. And the majority of us have said that. And now we're seeing it come together. Right? You guys are just getting what you have asked for. You just didn't expect for it to come in this way. But when you look at the deep psychology of how this works, it's exactly how this comes. All right? Thank you for your question, Silvio. Okay, guys, I think we're going to be taking one more question, and we're going to wrap up after this. Okay? Okie dokie. Thank you, Odie Dokie, for your donation there. Okay, let me just go down to the bottom of the chat. Let's see if there's any last questions here. Rainbows and unicorns. Yes, exactly. Okay, there's one last question here from Redemptionista about Haiti. Okay, let's take a look at Haiti, and we'll wrap that up as the final question. All right? So how are things going with Haiti? What is Haiti's momentum with everything in 2023? Okay. Yes, David Shield, thank you for letting us know. Rainbows and unicorns are real. They certainly are. Okay, let's take a look at Haiti now. Okay, so yeah, explosive change is happening to Haiti, okay? But it looks like there's partnership, it looks like there's communion, it looks like people are coming together, okay? So with all the events that are happening with Haiti, this is the recent past, okay? People are, it's kind of like the People's Army is coming together here. And you guys are moving in the right direction, okay? Even though you're moving in the right direction, you got some heavy stuff to do because you got to take to the streets. You got to open yourselves up. You got to make your points clear, okay? So there's going to be some heavy times for Haiti. There's going to be some battles as well, too, between the people and the government as well, too, okay? So that's going to be taking place for Haiti. And it looks like you guys are going to be victorious because you guys are going to be the wrecking ball that's going to knock the old authority off its butt. Okay? You're going to throw that old authority off its throne. The wrecking ball of the people is coming in and smashing through everything. And then there's going to be some brainstorming. There's going to be some transitional effects taking place. And there's going to be a new era for Haiti coming together. Okay? So this is really going to be a span over 3 to 6 months. Okay? So again, you have to kind of go into retreat there with the idea of Haiti basically going through a revolution. Okay? Haiti is about to go through its revolution right now. People are coming together, and they're going to start taking a stand, and they're kicking out the old nasty tenants that were there that were trying to run Haiti into the ground. Okay? We know a lot of the background in regards to what's happened with Haiti, and a lot of those things are artificially engineered. Okay? So that is all part of Haiti's transformation as well. It's going to be, you guys are going to be turning into the big wrecking ball that is going to knock out the old establishment. It's going to be pretty intense. Right, especially as you're coming through 2023. Like I said, every country is different, but you're still following the plan. It's still the same course. People standing up against the government trying to retaliate, can't do it. They know they can't win that war. Big wrecking ball, the people come in and smash apart the old establishment. Now we basically go through a period where we transition. We have new transitional government, we have new transitional leadership, we have new transitional policies, and things start moving in a much more harmonizing direction that is in accordance with the many of the people. Okay? And that's where things are going for Haiti as well in the next 3 to 6 months. Okay? Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in to New Earth TV Live today. Thank you for your questions. Thank you for your healing requests. And thank you for joining me for the mass meditations as we sent it to multiple countries as well, too. So, again, I will be back next Thursday for New Earth Tarot. And then next Friday, I will be talking to Janine. Okay? So Janine will be coming back next Friday at 11 a.m. Pacific time for New Earth Interviews number 5 with Janine. She's going to be doing some readings. Okay, you go to the video description. You'll see the link there for Janine's number 5 interview. And you can click on the Zoom link there and sign up because only Zoom attendees will be able to ask her questions. Okay, so that's coming Friday next week at 11 a.m. Pacific time. All right. Remember to check out AetherX. Okay, AetherX.co. And again, the new Wix store for AetherX is going to be up this evening. All right. Thank you, guys. Take care. Blessings to you all. Much love. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And may it be well with you all. Namaskar. Thank you very much for checking out the New Earth Teachings YouTube channel. Feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And you can check out the websites, newearthteachings.com, where you can order a private session, 3 questions by email, EQ method, and a lot more. And you can also check out healingcodecards.com, where you can grab your mind deck, your body deck, and of course the brand new body deck special edition. All of these are available in digital editions as well. And you can also get a shirt just like this through healingcodeshop.com, where you can experience the healing codes in apparel form. So feel free to check out these websites. Thank you so much, and I'll speak to you again in the next video. Be well.